Shopping for a mortgage can be incredibly difficult and confusing. The key to really knowing how to shop for a mortgage is just knowing what questions to ask. And it'd be easy for me just to kind of put out a list of questions for you to ask, but I think it'd be better for me to just show you how it's done. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to call up a credit union and ask them some just basic questions and just see how the process goes.
How may I help you?
Hey, I guess we're just kind of shopping for a mortgage, and we wanted to get some information. Are you the guy to help me with that?
Yeah, I can help you out with it. So, what questions or information are you looking for right now?
Well, just I guess some interest rate information as well as just some fee information. Just I guess cost stuff. I guess it'd be helpful to know the purchase price and the down payment, I suppose. So the home that we're looking at is like 556, and we're putting probably 20% down. It just depends, but I think 20% down is probably what we'll aim for. And we have pretty good credit. We have like I don't know exactly what it is, but I certainly know it's above 720. So with that in mind, what do you think? What does that look like?
Yeah, let me run a quick scenario and stuff. Do you know roughly what let's see, you said you had good credit and stuff, right?
Above 720. Yeah, roughly like 720. I know it's above 720 at least.
720. Okay. Whereabouts is the home located that you're looking at purchasing?
In Idaho.
In Idaho. Okay. All right. Give me just a minute here. Let's see. Okay. So right now, it looks like the interest rate would be about a 6.875%.
I don't know. We'll see about that.
That's for a 30-year mortgage.
Okay. And what am I paying for that rate? Is there any charge for that rate?
No, there's not. So that's the base rate without any fees and stuff for that.
All right, then keep your secrets.
Okay. And then in terms of fees, what kind of fees do you guys typically have? Obviously outside of title fees and escrow fees and all that kind of stuff. Like lender fees, what do you guys have?
Yeah, so there is a 1% origination fee.
Son of a bitch.
And that's 1% of the loan amount. And then there's an $895 processing fee. And then other than that, there's the appraisal fee and title fees.
Sure. And in terms of that 1% origination fee, are there any options to get that lowered, or is it just kind of there?
That's the standard origination fee that we charge.
Okay. And so I guess let me ask you a question. So is there an opportunity to take a higher rate to get some credits back and kind of offset that origination fee?
Yeah.
The plot thickens.
Yeah, there are options for that.
Okay. What would that rate be to kind of offset that?
Let's see. So to offset the full thing, or that full origination fee, you'd be looking at 7.25%.
Gotcha, bitch.
Okay.
And that would offset the full origination fee. Yeah, 7.375 would actually cover both the origination and the processing fee.
A 7.375, you said?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And I guess in terms of income, I'm self-employed, so I feel like I've gotten a few different answers from a couple different people about how that works. Can you walk me through what you guys are gonna need? Just all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so for self-employed income, we would need your last 2 years of taxes for both personal business taxes. And then we would need a year-to-date profit and loss statement as well.
And so you need 2 years? I have some other lenders that say they only need 1.
Yes. Yep. So yeah, we would go off of 2 years.
Okay.
Let me help you.
Is there any reason for that in particular? So just I guess some context. My business has been open for about 10 years. And I guess that, what the other people were telling me that they were saying that because my businesses have been open for that long, they only need 1 year of tax returns on I guess like traditional financing loans. So is that just different? Is that like just different thing that you guys have, or what's the story there?
Yeah, so what we do is we run the loan through like what's called Fannie Mae's underwriting system, and that will tell us like what kind of documentation is needed. If your business has been open that long, there's a chance it would only ask for like 1 year of taxes instead of the 2. So, but if it comes back and says that we need 2 years of taxes, then we still have to get the 2 years.
Appreciate your help. I think that's pretty much all the information that I needed. Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a great day.
You too. Okay, so a couple things. Let's just look at it. I'll price this out. Okay, so this is why you need to ask certain questions, because I used to work at a credit union, and they were quoting a 6.875. And right now, like today, if I'm offering a rate, it is 6.875. The difference is that 1% origination fee. And so the scenario I gave him, I'm just going to run it through my pricing system. Don't be alarmed. I'm only licensed in Idaho, so I'm not trying to get your business or anything.
We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We gotta keep our composure.
Okay, so when we price this out, we see that we're at a 6.875 with no origination fee. We do have a slightly higher underwriting fee, but $200 more in underwriting fee is much better than another $4,400 charge. So this just goes to show why you just need to ask certain questions to make sure you're getting a full picture of what they're actually offering. These origination fees, these underwriting fees matter in terms of rate. Now, I run into this all the time where a local credit union is advertising a rate that's lower than ours, but they're charging them 1% in fees. If we charge a similar fee to make the cost the same in terms of cash that you're actually handing to them, we'd be cheaper on the rate. And the only reason I kind of kept in that processing fees, that's pretty industry standard. Most places will charge a processing fee, even though I know some will just take that off and then give you the higher rate as well. There's just a bunch of different ways that lenders can kind of advertise rates, and just know that when you're going into it, just make sure you're asking questions. And if you're like me and I'm a visual person, it's never a bad idea to ask for something called a fee sheet, which is kind of the little snippets that I had just earlier in the video, just to get a good full picture of what they're offering. They can tell it to me all day long, but I'm a visual person, so I want to see it. Fee sheets should only take like 15 minutes to make. If you're waiting days for a fee sheet, find a new lender. If there's something that you think that I missed or a question that you thought I should have asked, let me know. I'll make sure I get to it next time. And obviously, if you guys could like and share this, that would be super helpful. And we'll talk next time.